Hey everybody, it's Bust with Battles with Bust number 682. Today we'll be doing battle with Vanessa. And so, is this our last Battles with Bust of the beta? Battles with Bust in the beta, oh boy. And so, not quite certain. Here in the matter of a few hours, Mac is supposed to be released, and that's supposed to indicate the start of Season 1. And so, I would think the beta season will end and Season 1 will begin, but I haven't seen any kind of official note on that. And so, with the release of this upcoming patch, I believe I'm accurate on this stuff, but Mac, the newest merchant champion hero, the Potion Bro, will be added into the game. And then I also believe that there's two expansions. And one for Dooley, one for Vanessa. That may not be accurate, but I believe I saw that that was going to be a thing. And then there's supposed to be some updates to the monetization of the game. And so, if that was a real sticking point for you in terms of monetization, maybe the update will appease you, and if it doesn't, I assume you should probably just find a different game at this point. But I assume what was probably meant to happen with the monetization was that they would release it, and then the community would outrage, and then they would come forth and be like, oh, we listen to the community, we're going to cut back on some of this monetization. That's just literally what everyone does. Literally every single game, you release some kind of pass, it's too hard to grind, and they say, oh, we listened to the community, we rolled it back. You release some kind of new pay structure into the game, you say, oh, that was way too aggressive, we rolled it back, we listened to the community. I suspect that they probably should have put forth some wording about this being a beta test on monetization and the like, and then Reynad just kind of bungled it all. But it is what it is. I would say that what comes forth is probably very close to what you'll see moving forward, and I still think the game is fine at this point. And so if it rolls back, it's cheaper for me. That's great, but ideally and hopefully it's something that is long-term sustainable in terms of keeping the game up and running. But with that out of the way, let's push this button. Man, I intended for this video to be a Pygmalion video. Like, these seasons go pretty fast in the sense of I thought we would be able to do some Vanessa, then do some Pig here at the end. But if things are rolling over here in the matter of a few hours, we'll probably play Mac and Vanessa over the course of the next season and then see where that leaves us. But with Pig, man, I played him, and what a fucking boring champion. That's the main reason we're not playing Pig today. Is like I played, I don't know, like 10 games of Pig, and it's like, this is just fucking boring. Like, I don't want to sit here and min max all of these merchant cards. I want to put down a double barrel and just fucking blow up the opponent, sitting here and being like, oh, it's a merchant, I got to move my merchant card next to my value matters thing, and then I go to another place, I got to move this and move that. Like, who wants to sit around and fucking micromanage your bag? Go play backpack battles if you want to do that. Like, that was the absolute most tedious and hateful thing that I had about backpack battles, was having to sit around and just micromanage the bag to ensure you got an extra 4 DPS, or you would have to have like this feels bad moment to where you knew you were passing on a better board, but you didn't want to take the 10 minutes to fucking figure it out. Like, that's what Pygmalion feels like. We're sitting around doing math problems. It's fucking boring. Just leave me out of that mess. We'll get back here and build some double barrels. And so, let's see what turns up with this stuff. Is it double barrel active? I guess strength kind of gets us there. I don't want to start rust. I do like rust, the slow for 7 seconds, but it's either strength or or the poison item and the final dose. And if we're out here going on and on and on about double barrels and stuff, I feel like we got to take strength and just get that red damage on board. Come out here and blow the opponent up and have a good time while we're at it. And so, I'm having fun. I hope you are too. We're having a good time out here. Let's see what we can do with this. And so to kick it off, we'll just take the get an item to start. We don't have a ton of money, and if we can just get something to let us stack up a little bit of damage, doesn't matter what it is, but Zor Acid is completely fine. Now Fanged Inglet is going to be on theme. Picking up Fangs is okay. Picking up Deadly Eyes, fine. The pelts aren't that great, but not bad for a day one out here. Fucking Pygmalion players. That's so boring, man. Say what you want about monetization, I don't care, but man, you try to tell me that Pygmalion is fun, you just unsub, bash the dislike button, hit the unsub, go watch somebody else play. It's like trying to play Karma Set and Legends of Runeterra. It's just fucking boring. Like, let's get something that can attack out here and have a good time. I'm not trying to sit around and grind to turn 17 of a fucking card game. Bullshit. Getting mad. Not battles with Bust. This is getting mad with Bust here today. Let's get him moving. But here we spiked the friend with Zor Acid more than happily. Come in and take the experience point. Hopefully we can still fill out the board before we go into the PvP round and we hit weapons. Absolutely perfect. So what do you got for us here? Bolas is on point. That's one of the better ones that we could find. Hand Axe, not as amped about it. It attacks slow and that 6 damage isn't that big of a deal. Kind of the same thing with Shoe Blade, but I don't really want to spend too much money at this point. I think we're probably like good enough on board with the Fang, Zor Acid, Bolas. So let's just take the Hand Axe to make our good stuff a little bit better. And then save that money for the next round. All right, man, speaking of Karma sets for you Legends of Runeterra folks, I saw the release video for, was it Riftbound? The paper, the physical card game for Legends of Runeterra, or for the League of Legends universe, I guess is more appropriate. I'm a bit interested if you are familiar with Magic and Commander. That's the most popular format by far, but the problem with Magic is they invented the game like 30 years ago, and just the design elements that people have figured out over the course of the past 30 years are just like so much more fluid and useful. And I'm really interested to see how they turn it out, because I'm not super interested in playing like multiplayer Magic, like winner takes all multiplayer. Like the political aspect of it, just doesn't really do it for me. But if you look at Riftbound as being like a 4-player board game, as either like 2 versus 2 or 4 1 versus 1s, and I believe there's no like completely knocking players out of the game. I'm very interested in what they have to do there, especially if they have a lot of the good elements of LOR attached to the game. And of course I like the IP with the League of Legends universe, and so I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, those videos were out there as we're talking about other people's video games for a moment. But with this, let's just go ahead and pick up left-handed. We'll see where this build goes. We're definitely going into red stuff at this point. Single item or width, we'll just see how it goes. The things that I'll kind of call out as being the overarching theme of what we're going to be doing here is if we either find Crow's Nest or if we find Flagship. Not Flagship. If we find Crow's Nest or we find Figurehead. Figurehead playing very well with width. Crow's Nest very well with a single item, but it's so important that we find one of those. We can kind of manage our items however, right? We can put double barrel in either build. With the single item, you can build sniper rifle, Lang Zang, flagship, choppy swords, whatever. You can find all kinds of different stuff for that. You can just put weapons on board for multi-weapon stuff, but those 2 items are the most super important ones that we'll try and find. And so we got to kind of chicken and egg it a little bit in terms of, we've got the red damage stuff, that's fine, but single or multi we'll have to kind of build towards. But with this, let's go to the ammo items. I want to pick up a double barrel. We found one here. I was a little interested in picking up the the upgrade thing, so we could potentially double up on double barrels or something, but I think this is fine where it's at. Now up next, we'll go to the mountain pass. I don't like escorting the convoy on day 2. It just feels like you hit item every single time. So we'll take the 2 gold, 1 experience point, ensure that we get something good here. Move on to the next set of battles. We can do the Rogue Scrapper. It's going to be a fairly easy win. And with the board width, some of this stuff is decent, right? Like the Junkyard Club giving you 4 gold and then the 6 damage on all your weapons is pretty decent here on day 2. Picking up Rust is great. So a couple of, manageable hits out here on board. Medkit, shit. Ship that off to Pygmalion. Nobody wants that bullshit. Get that shit out of here. All right, so what do we got? B1, B2, that's fine. We got enough money to go to the small item shop, but I'd like a little bit more direction before we jump into that kind of thing, and we're going to use double barrel either way. All right, we'll take that bronze tier weapon. Mantis Shrimp. Aight. So that looks good. Could just take the small weapon. Again, just ensure that we have the full board here. Pet Rock is fine. Actually plays nicely in the wide boards. So we'll see how that plays itself out. And then I think we want to just haste our good weapons here. Well, that Bolas does quite a bit more damage than the Fang. So we'll try and... I don't know if the hastes will actually go that far, but that's where we'll try it. with the double barrel. I guess the double barrel will get what activation out of that?
But if you insist.
All right, what do we got? Got the level up on the opponent. They've got a bunch of bad weapons. Should be a pretty easy win. We just put the red stuff on the board, and look at that. That was fun, right? It's a good time. I'm having a good time, so good little victory there. All right, so what's up next? The aquatic shop. I'm on board. You know, give us that chance to find Crow's Nest. Give us that chance to find Figurehead. And this is one of the things that's kind of interesting, and what I'm interested to see of how the game pans out. Is this is used to be like a slam dunk shop in terms of finding Crow's Nest, right? But now that they released the Cthulhu from the Deep expansion, whatever it's called, like the dive weights expansion, that put a literal 10 items into this shop and makes it so much more challenging to find Crow's Nest. And so I'm kind of interested, like, in seeing how this plays out in the future. Like, with one expansion, it's kind of like, yeah, whatever. You know, if you really like building red items, then you should probably just not use the new expansion. But, you know, it's going to get to the point to where there's like 5 and 6 and 7 expansions for a champion, and really kind of like picking and choosing what's in your card pool, I think will be much more interesting. But here, this was a whiff. Don't want Narwhal. Excuse me. What's on page 2? Very good stuff for the depth charge build, but we're so far away from even thinking about touching that. So that looks good. Could pick up the weapons next. All right, what do we got? I think the grape shot is fine. It attacks quite a bit faster than this other stuff, so we'll pick that one up. Submarine, not super interested in. I really want to have like vehicle-centric stuff before we try and hit submarine, so we'll pass on it. Too late in the game for Lang Zang. Upgrade to Zor Acid is fine. Let's go on to that next battle. Let's see, we could put Grape Shot in. It's probably better than Mantis Shrimp. Mantis Shrimp just attacks so slow. Okay. I think we'll just keep chasing after those experience points. We could look to the Dabbling Apprentice, but I don't think we really want to find the potions. He might be much more interesting later today when Mac comes out, but at the moment with our build right here, not really interested in chasing after those small items. Okay, Force Field it is. So what do we got? Upgrade of Bronze. I'm fine to dig some upgrades into Pet Rock. I find that if we find ourselves going for a wide board, he tends to be fairly good. Just getting both a source of damage and the crit on board. So that's fine. We can go to the dunes, just keep upgrading the double barrel as much as we can. You're going to be our friend all day, double barrel. What's up next? It's a bit late for abandoned crates, right? We're not upgrading anything too good. The upgrade to Fang just puts 5 damage on it. Hand Axe isn't going to be here much longer. Not going to Mantis Shrimp build today. Could dig for a skill, but I think we'll just go to the medium item shop, right? We're not duping up anything that's good at this point. So here, the star chart we do want, just to make the docks good. Get that 5 gold... that 5 gold, 1 experience point option. I'm a little interested in Javelin, just a very high damage item here in the early game. We're not going to keep it for, probably beyond day 5, but it's very strong in this upcoming day. And so let's see how we can do this. We're going to have the money. I guess we could sell the med kit. We're never going to use that.
Oh, I think you're really
Get this big boy Javelin on board. Ready to come in and slam these damages. Alright, up against Dooley. See if Dooley gets that expansion tomorrow, today, tonight, this afternoon. Alright, he's got a healing combat core. You just smoked him. that Javelin does so much damage this early. Thanks, bruh. 3 wins, let's call it a day. Alright, what's up next? Don't have a ton of money at this point. I'm thinking about just taking the income. It should be like, 10, 12 gold over the course of the game. I think that's fine. What's up next? Another lost crate, not super interested. We can try Midsworth. I don't like going to these shops if we don't have the money to roll, right? Because I really want to come here and just try and dig for Crow's Nest, but we don't have the money for that kind of stuff. But at least Pet Rock turns up. Again, very decent upgrade. We need to get this Zor Acid out of here if we're going to be Pet Rocking like this. Now that we've got him gold, he's kind of got the potential to stick with us forever. Let's just go ahead and sell the Zor Acid. I'm not amped about Ice Pick, but let's our friend bonus activate here. All right, then Blood Reef Raider, the big one here, right? Gives us that chance to find Crow's Nest. I know we have what looks to be 8 weapons on board, but this can very easily transition over to being a single weapon build. We've been stacking our upgrades onto the double barrel, and Crow's Nest are just a classic set of friends, but a lot of decent stuff here otherwise. The ammo, skill, the cannonball. Got kind of stuck with a shitter, but decent options. Now, good stuff in here, right? We've got tempering, just the permanent scaling for an item. It's better for a single weapon style of build, right? If you're using flagship, having it stack over and over and over again is quite good. But then there's also the best defense, which is quite good for a go wide style of build. And I'd say at this point, we're probably just going to be going for the width. And so I'll take the best defense with this. See if we can't get our weapons attacking all nice and fast. Now, I saw the Artisan of the Dunes here. I'd like to put another 10 damage on the double barrel. Needed to make sure we have access to 5 gold. We do. I want to get Revolver in. What's just the slowest stuff that we have? Hand axe. No, we could sell Mantis, Shrimp, and Hand axe. Okay. Ain't got no money, but we got a lot of damage, right? So that looks good. Let's arrange this a little better. Can let Revolver try and stack on double barrel and javelin. I just want to get our fastest items kind of grouped together. So the 4 seconders on the javelin seems fine. I guess this is the real deal though, right? Getting the fang in the mix. Would we rather let these non-ammo things stack up together? Maybe that's the way to do it. So kind of get the fang out here between the revolver and the grape shot. Okay, I'm on board. Now we don't have any money. Sad day. Take the weapon. Probably pass on grenade for a bit. Up to battle with Vanessa.
Go ahead.
So this is interesting. I feel like I just became a man this week. I know in my in my old age, you feel like it would happen a lot sooner, right? You depending on your system of beliefs, I guess if you're having a bar mitzvah, that you become a man at like 13. I feel like there's other religions and social groups that you become a man or become a woman in your early age. Like a quinceanera is at 15, right? So that's when a girl becomes a lady, I believe. I don't know. I don't. I've never celebrated one. But for me, I feel like I really nailed it this time, right? It wasn't going to my bar mitzvah or my quinceanera, or putting your wiener in a significant other for the first time, or whatever your coming of age story is. Mine was I bought a chainsaw. I just bought a chainsaw this week, and I felt pretty good about it. It made me feel really really manly, Like you got to be really manly to have chainsaws and stuff, and I've got one. I can't wait to get it out here, fire it up, go like vroom vroom and shit, cut some stuff down, and so it only took until I was a middle-aged old man for it to hit. But I've got all this like chest hair sprouting, and my voice got deeper, and I've got these like pokey things coming out of my face. I had to shave for the first time. It's like, boy, this is really hitting the spot, and so. feeling pretty good about it. I don't know what your coming of age tale was, but man, I just totally spiked. What do we got going on here? Go ahead up to the docks, get those experience points. Things are cruising along. Took the chocolate bars earlier because we didn't have any money, and now preening duelist should be fine. I typically prefer the duelist actually for say like depth charge builds because it's so important to find like cannonball or ammo flask and stuff. Not as important for this kind of thing, but we do seem to be leaning towards ammo here, so they might have something useful. But yeah, man, thinking of those coming of age stories, you know, whenever you bought your own chainsaw, it had me thinking earlier. Like I listened to a book a while ago. It was called The Anxious Generation, and you know, kind of the differences that Gen Z folks face these days in terms of growing up in an era of social media and your whole life. 18 gold, nice. Just being like at the forefront of social media, and even if you don't want to interact with it, you're still kind of stuck being a part of it. And one of the things that was interesting was kind of like the idea of prestige and where you used to see prestige. So like when I was growing up, you know, if you don't have the time to research everything, right? You can't do your research on Facebook or in your encyclopedia back in those days. And so you would look towards people with prestige to just like assume that they were correct, right? So if you wanted the news, you would watch like Tom Brokaw or Dan Rather, right? They're highly respected journalists. They have teams of people doing fact checking and stuff. You could pretty much assume whatever told you was probably factual. And kind of same thing in terms of sciencey stuff. If you wanted to learn if smoking was bad for you, you would read up on a scientific article. You would see that it was presented by R.J. Reynolds. You would say this is probably not too accurate in terms of the health benefits of smoking. And then you would see something from the American Lung Association or whatnot and say like, well, this is probably a little bit more in tune. But the thing with prestige is you would always have a way to kind of generate your own, right? You were a kid and you won a spelling bee and that shaped your life. Or you were a kid, you went to the dance, the prettiest girl at the ball wanted to dance with you, and that would change the, you know, the course of your life. Or you know, you're in a car wreck, the EMT came out, saved your life, and that really got you into the space of the medical field or whatever. You always have these kind of like moments of prestige that shape your life, but there's so much of life now, so much of life is sheltered that you get your moments of prestige from other people, right? And so you'll see someone on TikTok do something special, and you're trying to gather it through them. And I was like, man, it was just kind of bumming me out thinking about it. You know, it took me so long to have this new moment of prestige in buying my chainsaw. But you know, I hope that the younger folks are able to go out there and have those moments of winning the spelling bee and stuff, and having it shape the course of their life. What are we gonna do here? We'll hit up this portal. Nothing too interesting on the first page. I was kind of interested in going to that large item shop, but I don't think we want a crow's nest anymore. I want to probably just build towards figurehead. So like figurehead, Vanessa amulet for some crit, probably keep Pet Rock out here, and then just have some good attacky stuff, right? We can keep our scaling happening with the best defense. Let's see how that goes. So rolling pin's not it. This other stuff is just burn stuff. Not really interested in salt. Could look to knife set. When you use another weapon, charge it. We keep staying small like this, it has the chance to be decent. Don't think we want a dishwasher, right? Haste your tools. Your weapons gain stuff. Your weapons and tools gain crit. Oh, it's a deadly dishwasher. That's why they gain crit. Interesting. Probably too slow. We'll still take the knife set. Very interested in knife set, fast activating with the best defense. All right. But if you need someone to for some prestige, you can always look to FTP Bust. You know, I'm legend in this video game, and so things on the list of prestige for Bust, legend in a video game, bought a chainsaw, can't do math. And so if you're looking to someone to look up to, say, boy, I need a positive influence in my life. You just found it. You're welcome. Glad I could be here for you. But all right, what are we gonna do with this? I kind of want. Are we just done with javelin, or do we need to get it back in here? I think we could probably just let the javelin go at this point. It's done its work. We're on, you know, kind of like day 6 here. We have 1,300 experience. Might get up to say 1,500 or so before the next battle. I think it's done its work, and we can probably just move on. But here, definitely not fighting Lich. Let's just go to the Trash Golem and get the extra point of gold. I don't think the Crook boss has anything that we're really looking for here. Alright, how's this knife set doing? Seems like we need to attack more. Do we need to get a holsters or something to make this work? We'll see. Obsidian dive weights, I bet that would get the job done. Just multi-attacking as a weapon. I could see it. I could see it. Now this is interesting with the skill upgrades. We only have 3 options here, so I think it's 20 gold to go up to diamond. We got the cost to do this. We can pay for it. Just keep stacking up this best defense. That's 8 gold right there, right? Get us up to 20. Alright, good stuff. Now we can go to go to the Bazaar, get the 2 experience points, get that level up to 1700 health at this point. Damn, that's a big number. Take the gold skill. What you got for us? Honed Strike. When you crit, gain crit. I don't hate it. Don't have any options for haste at the moment, but the static acceleration strikes me as something that could be quite good with this, just with like a dive weights. Dive weights is a bit of a downside here. We don't have any aquatics to go with it, but it could be a thing. I think we'll just take the honed strike. It's kind of incremental advantages like we're getting out of the best defense. That looks good. I want to rearrange this a little bit, get the fang next to the knife set. And we got our 4-second friends out here. Bigger chance to crit with the revolver, though. Okay. All right, let's battle.
We're out to dethrone a king,
Oof.
not to squabble with nobodies. You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Bazaar.
Woo. All right, what's this guy doing? Classic frost potion. Man, I had a run earlier today with the port generating frost potion. I remember how awesome that used to be, and then I realized it only freezes small items, and that was kind of bullshit. And so
Less blunder, more plunder.
it was kind of bullshit. All right, nice round. Good job, Bust. The red items dealing their damages feels pretty good. So what's up next? Man, again, don't have any money, so I think we'll pass on Barkham. I'm just going to get the item here. I don't think there's... Oh, fucking sweet. I don't think there's too much reason to really dig for health, since we're just going to be blasting everyone first, right? If you're playing the red deck in Magic, you don't care about your health. If you're worried about your health, then the game is already over and you've lost. And so I think we're kind of in that same space here. But with this, let's hit up the docks, get that experience point. Certainly appreciate it. And if you didn't hear us say sweet, it was because we picked up a figurehead back here. Really interested in adding all this big damage. This will be our big upgrade item at this point. Getting it up to diamond is huge. It puts 100 damage on all your weapons. And so that's what we'll look to take advantage of here. But do we want to go ahead and get it in now? I typically... I'm fine with it with double barrel, but I don't really want to have to keep powder flask on board. Since the powder flask... you know, isn't a weapon. All it does is refill the double barrel. You just want to get double barrel up to like 4 ammo, so we don't have to use it. But I think we're stuck with it at the moment. I'm kind of leaning towards this, taking out the bolas, taking out the grape shot, and then putting the figurehead in, getting that flat damage across the board. This is kind of a bummer as well with the knife set. Maybe the knife set just kind of needs to go, and we can put those 2 weapons back in. Let's see how much damage it does this round. I think we can beat the Radiant Corsair. We scale up pretty nicely, and he doesn't deal a ton of quick burn damage. Let's see. Let's watch this knife set and see what happens. It's not getting a ton of activations. We're supposed to be getting us a ton of activations, knife set. But I think we might be okay. Like, I know the burn's starting to creep up, but our damage should be creeping up as well with the best defenses doing its thing. Shit, we just took a big hit. Anchor came in and blasted us. Oh, come on. Oh. Woo. Fucking right. 61 health at the end of the day. Gotta like that. Gotta like that. So we didn't score on the items, but you get a ton of experience points, and that's like 8 gold. So not bad at the end of the day. Now with this, I don't think we want to stack on these ammos. We'll just start taking loots. We don't have a ton of good hits with the loots. Just damage, which we managed to spike, and then ammo. But cooldown reduction would be good as well. Alright, always up for the temporary boost. Free way to get some good stuff happening. And then Curio, I mean, I guess we can get some upgrades onto the double barrel. We've got a bit of cash at the moment. It's not super exciting at this point. Got crit, can't use the shadow cloak. We're not gonna have space for it. Just a ton of garbage otherwise. Here's some damage stuff though. Oh, the Fang upgrade. Hype in the chat, getting that silver Fang, getting that extra 5 damage on it. Oof. Ooh, buddy. Alright. We're ready for battle now. What's up? Up against Dooley. Yeah, I'm leaning towards just taking this knife set out. I was fairly unimpressed with what just happened that round, and so we get more flat damage coming out of the figurehead, right? It puts 25 on knife set or 50 on the 2 items on board, and then it just wasn't activating fast enough. So let's see. We've got the Fang next to the double barrel. That's fine. Next to the revolver. Let's move the grape shot over next to the revolver. 5 and then 6. Okay. Little to big. It's like doing attacks in in Legends of Runeterra, right?
It makes this more fun.
See what we do. Looks like a little bit of red Dooley out here. He's got that annoying ass freeze skill, and so see if we can take him down before these hastes really kick off. We're struggling. We're struggling. Ooh. That's okay. What's up next? The chance for skill upgrades is here, but it's all so expensive. Like, spending 20 gold to get 5 damage off strength doesn't seem that worthwhile. Like, I'm happy with the scaling on best defense. I don't think I want to upgrade this other stuff, though. Let's just look at small items. Take ammo flask. Not amped about it, but it's a very cheap upgrade. Not going to use grappling hook in a build like this. Vanessa amulet, though. You know, we got to take it. It's such a huge amount of crit. It's like I'm not excited about spending 4 hexes on our board of non-weapon items, but if we can get rid of this powder flask, then it'll kind of fix itself. Alright, so up next, keep upgrading our double barrel. Almost to level 10. One more day to roll through here. Don't think we want the car conductor. Yeah, we can beat the Burninator bot. Also curious if we can just manage with only 2 shots from the double barrel. Like we just come in and add the amulet in. Everything's at a 50% chance to crit. Is that enough? I think the bot will be able to take down anyways, so let's just see how this round goes. 700 out of the double barrel, but it crit both times. Now it's out. Yeah, we got to keep the ammo flask in. I would feel okay if we had maybe 4 ammo, but at this point we're just too low. What's our weapon though? Deadly? Deadly is, or no, it's not deadly. It's the obsidian. It's so interesting, and we're doing so much stuff with weapons, and being able to turn, like, are we able to say turn ammo flask into a weapon? I mean, if we're gonna be real, we should just be putting double damage on double barrel, right? That's just fucking insano. But it's interesting to say turn Vanessa's amulet into a weapon, and then now have all these extra synergies on the board. But let's be real. Are we being real? We're just gonna double damage, double barrel, and shit's gonna be real. Okay, so that looks good. Could take the sharpening stone, but let's just keep jamming these experience points. We'll take the 2 freebies. Up next, try the weapons. Maybe we'll find an upgrade.
But I can help you finish
Not
fight.
quite ready for the javelin or the blunderbuss. Page 2, nothing interesting here. Okay.
I hope you live long enough to reconsider.
Our double barrel's just too good now. We'll take the bolus out, put the powder flask back in. I mean, I would not even at this point be opposed to just trying to find a way to crow's nest. Find a way to crow's nest by finding crow's nest is basically how that goes. This looks good. Okay.
My fight is
Opponent hit level 10 as well. That's strong for them. You know, it's a very experience heavy run that we took here. I was kind of expecting opponent to be level 9. Trying to do big stuff with power drill. Get some slows on our double barrel, which is fairly annoying. It's not going to do enough to get the win. It's so wild only getting... We got 1 activation out of the double barrel. We got 10 activations out of his power drill. Like, it's fucking wild. Okay. We're still in pretty good shape. I think that we can definitely easily take this to 7, potentially get up to 10. So what do we got? Gunner turns up for +1 max ammo. I think I'm on board with it. And I'd like to get the powder flask out of here, so if we take the gunner and get an upgrade, or take the gunner and then find a ammo bonus, that would be fine. Loaded Fury and Heated Shells are both fine as well. We don't have combos for the Heated Shells. You typically want burn activator stuff with it. The flat damage with Loaded Fury is fine, especially if we take, you know, some of these things out and put other ammos in, but I think gunner is where we want to be.
Like spring blooms. I made that up myself.
Okay.
If you
Check
have
out
to
these
have
small
the
items.
price, you can't afford it.
I don't think we ever get holsters going. Just our small items aren't... We don't have enough of them. With the 2 mediums taking up a lot of space. We'll just be looking for upgrades here. So skip that. Nothing on the second page.
Class isn't for everyone.
What's up next? Do a bit of
Barely
digging.
scratched the surface of the outlands.
That's it right there, huh? That's how the cookie crumbles. We just switched to doing crow's nest. I mean, I think that's where we gotta go.
That looks like the Cretaceous era.
All right, so how are we gonna set this up? Crow's nest comes in. We can just be like this for a moment. I think that's okay. Trying to think if we want to take the figurehead out and put the cooldown reduction in, but I think this is fine. Then we can beat the Death Knight Reaper here. We'll just go for the experience points. It is a decent opponent in the sniper rifle round. Has both left-handed and right-handed in the what's it called? The one-shot, one-kill skill is not that bad. Oh my god, are these freezes gonna get us? Why are we so bad today? We're just activating so slow. I guess we're kind of short. Man, we don't even have 100% crit. Thought we were just gonna immediately be blowing shit up.
If I don't have what you need,
Alright, medium shop, what you got? Swashbuckle. That has to be the answer, right? You know? I think it's gotta be the answer.
need to throw some things overboard.
Get rid of these little items.
I used to offer a free ride.
So Swashbuckle's gotta be fine. It's gonna be better than the figurehead, right? It gets us up to that 100% crit. The figurehead was doing 25 damage. This gives 25 crit, just kind of evens out. Now we can look to hang onto figurehead and maybe replace the amulet with it, but the thing we need now is haste, right? We have everything except haste. We've got the 100% crit, we've got the big damage, we've got the sustain and crow's nest. We just need haste at this point, and we can dig for something like a captain's wheel to maybe get a little bit of it going, but it's where we're going to be needing it. Let's risk some coins, see if we can't level up before the next round.
At the edge of the foundation, they wait.
We got 2. We got the 2 experience point, 25% chance to fuck that up, and we did. And we did. All right, let's keep this board as is. Opponent's at level 12. I guess
Undead.
We lost against the Death Knight, and that's what's kind of problematic. But
You do see these tusks, right?
okay, okay. See if we lose to whatever this bullshit is. See things like Ratchet and Yo-Yo, and it doesn't seem like a real build, but I don't know. We've been getting smoked by this stuff, so. 2k of crits in right at the end, not enough to get the kill. This next shot will get it though.
Motivation isn't everything.
Okay, man, it sucks so much seeing that diamond, the diamond best defense that we're just straight up not using anymore. Spent so much money on that thing, so much investment, but you do what you got to do when the crow's nest turns up, huh? Let's take the loot. Is that a upgrade anything hammer? Silver tier or lower. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Somebody got medium and larges. I think the item I'm kind of looking for now would be dive weights. It would be fine. Yeah, just something that hastes. But where dive weights doesn't have to be next to powder flask, which is what makes it kind of appealing. See what we can find here. Nothing really on the first page. I think we're kind of far away from dock lines. Page 2 is nothing. Okay. What's up next? Damage boost? Absolutely. Still got to find an item to put out here. Lord of the Wastes. Okay. Maybe we get that scaling crit skill with our swashbuckle and go off to the races that way. Really like to fill out our board here though. So maybe he'll give us that sweet myrrh. Let us go Jesus mode out here. Right? That's the present for Jesus, right? The myrrh. He gets gold, he gets myrrh. He needs the fragrances, you know. We're bringing all the religion out here. We got bar mitzvahs, we got Jesus in this video, and so welcome to Battles with Bust. We got it all. Everything you could want, everything you could need. Alright, what's up here? I'm gonna just go to the small and medium items. I want to make sure we have a full board before the next round, and we're gonna level up, right? We just need the one hex to do it. Nothing on the first page. I guess seaweed is just have to be it. It's a really garbagey seaweed, but it's better than leaving an empty hex on board. Now we can upgrade. So what brings the most damage in? It's upgrading the swashbuckle, right? So you get 20 damage for an obsidian barrel. You get 20% crit off of crow's nest, which counts as 20 damage because of the buckle, but the buckle goes from 25 to 50. So we get a little bit more damage out of the buckle upgrade than the double barrel upgrade. I think that's accurate. Alright, what's up next? Do we want to do items? Getting kind of low on money. Let's just take the damage boost. See if we can't get a 1k damage double barrel out here. Opponent's only at level 10. Oh, this shit's always so scary. 4 wins, level 10, but knocked out of the game yet.
I may be young for a captain, but I've
This is
seen
like
my
an
share of
obnoxious
storms.
build 100% of the time. It's a shiny flagship. Oh, first round went okay. Second round went okay. We almost got the elite damage on there. We got the 1336 damage. One away from the 1337. Bummer. Alright, what's up next? We'll take the loot items. Well, ammo's kind of interesting, right? If we want to find dive weights, and we kind of need to roll in here, but let's just take the loot, see if we can get cooldown reduction or something. A little bit worried about that not panning out. 3 experience points, I guess we'll have to do. It's better than 6% cooldown. Alright, let's go ahead and sell that thing. Up next, I guess we'll go large item. Try and update that crow's nest.
Talking fast.
Nothing on page 1, nothing on page 2. Probably should have just taken... maybe we're at the point where we should just be taking these guaranteed upgrades. And just gone and taken the chocolate bars. I know it's not exciting, but... We don't need to swing for the fences. Our build is already good. Why does the damage keep stacking up on our double barrel?
Do not corrupt us.
When you use a weapon, weapons adjacent to it gain 9 damage. Does it stack itself? Right? I'm not crazy with that, right? So the damage on the double barrel is 588. Where else would damage be coming from? Oh, okay. This guy's got the foreboding winds, right? When you use an item, you scale the crit scaling swashbuckles. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Got them Jesus sense, though. Feels good.
My lessons are costly, but not
What's
as
up next?
costly as ignorance.
Lifesteal thing, not quite here for us today. Berserker's little interesting. When your opponent has more health than you, your weapons get their CDR by 20%. Should only be like 1 activation, though. Let's take a roll and see if we just get something generically good, or knife tricks. Beautiful. Super, super powerful. Still don't have a haste thing, but we're getting fairly close to being strong. Let's take the guaranteed good thing here in the shields. Same thing with the weapon upgrade. 600 damage double barrel looking good. Gain 4 regen. Yeah, you're not going to cut it today. Still no great replacement for this seaweed, but as they say, is what it is. All right, level 12, 5 win opponent. Let's see what burning fixer-upper we're about to run into. Let's take a look. It's definitely a fixer-upper, but it's a shiny one. Shiny fixer-upper with a bronze tier buckler. And so it should just be a matter of timing, right? We can, I think we, god damn it. It's like, I think we can keep his shields in order, but if the activations happen out of order, then it's not going to work for us. Did he fucking crit with that spiky shield? 14%, he hit us for like 10k. Alright. 10 wins might not be on the table anymore. With this, we can put slow on Crow's Nest. It's going to make us slow every time our double barrel activates. I think that's fine. Kind of looking to get rid of Vanessa's amulet as a potential thing. Like, we got to get haste on double barrel, and if we need a 2-hex item, then the amulet's got to go. So yeah, let's just put the heavy on Crow's Nest. Right, so whenever we crit, we get slows.
I won't fall. My people
Right, when you
need
crit with a
me.
weapon, slow one item for 4 seconds. Kind of nice. Guess we can take the old chocolate bars. Doesn't help us get haste. Kind of the downside. Maybe we should just be swinging for the fences.
Sale, no sale.
Medium items, nothing
I know what's
haste.
right for you.
Large item, or next row,
You leave it
no
behind,
haste, no
someone
upgrades.
else finds it. It all works out.
Ammo, though. Still very interested in this ammo. This is gonna take the double barrel up to 5. Also, just gives us that potential angle to get rid of the powder flask. But we'll take the temporary boost. Always going to be good here. We can beat Void Golem as long as he blows up small items, right? I guess the Into the Void blows up something big, but we're usually okay with lifesteal in this round. All right, got him good.
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
All right, got that out of the way. Guess we can jump into the items now. No haste, no upgrades. No haste, no upgrades. All right, next round. We got large thing, not really interested in. Let's go to the dig site. Maybe we'll high roll into something. Scrap's not it. Here's a captain's wheel. I mean, we can do it, right? We can take the powder flask out and try and captain's wheel. What's charging station? When you use the item to the left, charge the item to the right. We're not going to be able to do nonsense with that. cat over here freaking out. But, I mean, I guess we can immediately turn the captain's wheel gold. We do have that... we have the upgrade hammer. And then we can also just maybe take the Vanessa amulet out at this point. No, hang on, that's not true. I mean, we can take the amulet out, but we wouldn't have the space for it. So this is what we're thinking, right? We get 5 shots out of the double barrel. We're probably just going to have to look at the opponent. And if it's Pygmalion, then we'll have to put the powder flask back in. And if it's not Pig, then we can keep the captain's wheel in.
This will inspire
I think that's
the
fine.
crew.
Let's just take the item upgrades at this point. I'll upgrade the large item in the crow's nest. It's going to be 20 damage either way.
Ooh, the keener the blade,
But
the
this is
quicker
more
the
expensive
fight.
to upgrade. Alright, so yeah, up against Vanessa, I think this is fine. Should be doing 2,800 a shot. I mean, I guess it's tough if yeah, this is probably just too
You
greedy.
should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago. My fight isn't with you.
It's like we're just so far behind if it doesn't pop, but there's no seaweed and there's no crow's nest, so we might be okay this round. See what kind of, if we get our double barrel perma frozen.
I
We did.
my ship red.
So I mean, it is what it is. It's tough. That's a tough decision to have to make in here. I'd so much rather have that just been like dive weights, even using say like dive weights cannonball instead of having like the powder flask in there. But it is what it is. It's a fairly standard build. We get like a little bit of a struggle here in terms of like finding that ultimate direction that we wanted to go in. We spent a lot of time in the early game trying to land on multi-item stuff, right? We were going very heavy with the best defense that we took up the diamond, just having that full board full of weapons. We found the figurehead to go with it, but we didn't have a good collection of quality items otherwise, right? We had the double barrel, which was fine, but we didn't have any other like really high quality small items. That's not something Vanessa typically has, but we weren't looking at say like an upgraded bolus and an upgraded grenade and things like that. We had the kind of shitty stuff to where we're using Fang and we're using Revolver, and as you get into day 10, day 11, day 12, just having Fang activate 3 times within a battle to put +9 damage on a weapon or +27 damage on a weapon isn't really enough, right? All of your items really need to be doing something, and they need to be doing something fast, and we didn't have the build that was capable of doing that. And so I was quite happy when the crow's nest turned up. You know, we were really only invested in the double barrel, and then we were able to kind of pivot from that point on. But we found everything you need except haste, right? It's so important in all of these battles to be the one that's doing stuff first. And that's where we really lacked in this battle. We weren't able to find the haste. We had the sustain, we had the crit, we had the scaling, we had the attack speed bonuses, or the quick things with the knife tricks. It's just a matter of getting that one quick first initial activation to get the double barrel up and running and put the slows on the opponent. We couldn't do that, right? The opponent on that last round was able to perma slow us once we got like our first activation going, and we were like, it looked like maybe a second of time away from blasting them for another 3k damage and getting a takedown there, but it's ultimately a little bit too short. It's the way the dice rolls are going to go sometimes. But nonetheless, good stuff. Very interested to see what happens later in the day today. We'll probably be playing a little bit of Mac. If there's a Vanessa expansion, we'll certainly be playing a little bit of that as well. And we'll see how the, hopefully Season 1 goes, no longer in the beta, onward and upward into that Season 1 battle. It's good stuff. And so, I had fun with that. Hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. So if everyone enjoyed the video, hope you maybe learned a thing or two along the way. You had a good time watching. This is Bust and Me. Thank you for being here.